We got a little bit to chew on.
Yes, we do.
With Nicolle Wallace and NBC News political analyst Josh Earnest. Guys, good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Let's start with health care. How's Mitch McConnell's strategy playing out? And right now, with the tug-of-war going on between moderates and conservatives, who's got the upper hand?
Well, I mean, I think Peter's piece lays it bare. It's like the game of Jenga, where if you take things out to make it feel like more of a full repeal of Obamacare for the conservatives, then it tumbles because the moderates, and they're really not even moderates. I mean, just people who are worried about those Medicaid dollars, they fall off. But if you put things back on top to keep them on board, it falls over from the weight of those
Who's
benefits.
got the most power right now?
You know, I would say that there are more moderates, and I think that people like Ted Cruz and Rand Paul are looking ahead to 2020, and it's almost like a game, a staring match. No one wants to blink first. I don't know that they're gettable.
The president used the word mean in an interview to talk about the bill.
Yes, he's branded the health care bill.
Well, he used that to describe the House bill. The Senate bill's not far off that. How does this kind of undercut his efforts to push this thing through, using that word mean?
Yeah, it totally undercuts the efforts, primarily because when we were working to pass the Affordable Care Act in 2009, we pinned our hopes to the idea that as the bill got implemented, over time the bill would become more popular as people understood what was in it. Republicans have exactly the opposite dynamic now, which is that they're trying to ram through this bill before people figure out what's in it, because they know that as people understand what's actually included in the bill and how they're affected by it, it's going to become even less popular than it already is.
But you'll get the CBO score before the vote takes place on Thursday, so there'll be a little bit more information for them to chew on.
That's true, but McConnell's strategy is clear here. He's trying to rush this before the 4th of July recess because he knows that if it gets delayed by a week or two, it's only going to take on more water.
Let me stay with you, okay? This is kind of an interesting world. For a very long time, President Trump does not even admit that the Russians meddled in the election. Now he's willing to say, okay, they meddled, and if they did, it's your former boss's fault, President Obama. So looking back, and according to this Washington Post story, President Obama was aware that Vladimir Putin himself was directing some of that meddling. Did President Obama do enough?
Well, Matt, what makes it hard to take President Trump's critique seriously is that we know that what response was mobilized by the Obama administration is something that President Trump and his team were trying to undermine before he even took office.
Some Democrats, Josh, are now saying not enough happened. You have a top official quoted in the Washington Post story saying, I think we kind of choked on this.
Yeah. Look, Matt, the thing that people need to understand about this is it's totally unprecedented. It's not unusual for Russians to engage in trying to destabilize our democracy or to sort of mess around in cyberspace. It is unprecedented, though, for them to hack those emails and to release them with a clear political motive. And what is important is that we learn the lessons of what happened in 2016. What we did do in the Obama administration was succeed in protecting our voting systems, and we allowed people to cast their ballots, to register, and to have those votes counted without any interference. But we do need to go back and take a look at this hack and leak strategy that the Russians used that did have an impact on the 2016 election, so they can't do it again.
We have time to talk about it.
Yeah, quick one.
Real quick. All right, so there are rumors that the Supreme Court judge may retire, maybe even announce it today. What kind of battle will there be to replace him? Describe what will happen.
Well, there were even some Democrats that thought that the fight over Neil Gorsuch was a wasted one because the real fight is the next one. Kennedy is a swing voter, which means he sides sometimes with the Democrats. So his vote is really important if you're on the left or if you're in the middle. And I'm hearing all the same rumors that Pete Williams is hearing. The thing that gives Kennedy backers some confidence that a resignation would be sound under this president is the comfort that all sort of conservatives feel about the caliber and the quality of the man that Donald Trump already picked, Neil Gorsuch. But it terrifies people in the middle and on the left because it has the potential to swing the court in a different direction.
And yet we're all still reading tea leaves on
Yes, tea leaves is all we've got. That's all we've got.
Nicolle, Josh, thank you both very much.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.